Alright, checking sound levels. Pulling up all the chats. All right. Let's get this show on the road. So what I have from yesterday. What I have is the following. The walls, as you can see here and here, are destructible. So when you punch them, pieces fall off. Until there's nothing left. Now, resemble wood, so just kind of beginning, requires quite a number of improvements to make it more interesting, for sure. Specifically, in the debug view, you can see the outline of the shape here, which is the collider shape. So the collider still doesn't match the walls that are being destroyed. I thought it would be cool to actually have the colliders match the walls as being destroyed. And I believe we can do that. Particular feature of a physics engine I'm using. And that is the convex meshes. Because I believe Blender, when it breaks the wall into chunks, it seems to create them in the convex shape. So I should be able to just convert it into physical shape. Because that's already there when it falls off. But collider right now is a completely doesn't match at all. And now this is a simple sphere, and obviously doesn't match the shape. Well, the shape maybe doesn't matter too much because it looks close enough. It's more about the worry of making sure I can actually that the shots can go through the wall. That would be cool. So I need to do that. Because right now you can clearly see, like in this case, you can't even go for this part of the wall, which is a separate part. But also when you shoot it, clearly, well, this case it shot at the wall for some reason. Let's try it again. Yeah. So it didn't actually hit it. So, what I need to work on is use the library to create convex mesh properly. So that will be the task. Convex meshes. You know, just for fun. Post the link in the chat to the convex meshes that I'm working on. I already have a sample, a working sample for this. How to create the mesh shape. So let's create the plugin for that. I'm gonna have a new component called convex shape. Let's call it source object ID, source mesh object ID, and submesh. I think though, to make it good enough, I might need to support multiple shapes at the same time, because the wall can have up to 5 fractures right now. So let's have a component that can do up to 4. Submesh references. Which means I'll need I haven't done convex meshes before, so I'm not sure if I will need all this, but for now. Bro, yes, just add a reference to it, it's fine. Convex shapes. I need them sometimes on the static shape where it doesn't move, and sometimes on a dynamic one where it will move. Well, let's just do something simple at first, just without all this worrying. Fine, let's just do one shape for now. Let's just do the one for dynamic, for example. And then okay. Well, you know what? I need to sort this out. There you go. A little bit of a sort. Hold on, let me check if YouTube's working or not. For some reason it's telling me it's not working. No, you're just being prickly. You're just being prickly. I do want the light on actually. Put it back. So kind of shape. That's right. That's right. Visual boring reflection. It's time to be fancy with C++. Just like that, when I move, you move. Microphone check. Microphone's on. Okay. Should be enough. if I give it a null? I'm just curious. What is that gonna do? Just what is that gonna do? This whole destructible thing might blow up into like a dozen different steps. For now I'm on step 2 of 3. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. I really need to find an easier way to detect when not to break a wall. Especially in the air, it's kind of annoying. It's like, yeah, fine, just fly away. Fly away, don't care. Oh, it actually needs something else. I need wall debris. Yeah, fly off. Oh. Okay. So instead of this part, I want conic shape. Ooh, I didn't add the ability to add more. Oh, there you go. That's what I wanted to see. So now I should be able to do this. And then specify the piece. Oh, it crashed and burned. It crashed and burned hard. Oh. Okay. So now I won't have any shape at all. Yeah, so that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Alright. So now that that is in place, now it's time to write some code. Some code. this only be convex? Okay. I'm gonna need some rendering data. Now in the future I might bake the convex mesh into actual physical file that the PhysX wants me to do. But hey, I already got a spammer in Twitch chat. Hell yeah. Just another day. Alright, first step. I need to get my hands on some mesh data. If I can remember. Okay. Then think about scale later. Vertices. Really? You just can't predict what it is? Lil, does a Twitch spammer know that the links are disabled by default from first-time chatters? So there's no help for him. Is this a shape? It's not exactly a shape. It's not exactly a shape. But First get to here. Right? Yeah. I just didn't want submesh. Noise complaining. Oh yeah. This that we have. Got what I need. Points. How many points we got? Vortex count. Just see what they want. Vertex positions. The indices as well. Vertices, indices. Okay. PX bounded format. A bite size, didn't I? Bite size. do now. I do now. Bro, what is going on with IntelliSense? Why is it not seeing things? That seems like is what I need. Alright. Oh, I'm probably missing a header inclusion, right? What the hell? Barrier list. Oh, I don't need this here, right? Barrier list. Did I think? Or maybe? Oh, right here, yeah. It's annoying. Okay. So physics needs a reference. Alright, physics, fine. You're gonna get it. There's a path to that header. Oh, this Vulcan header is exploding to everywhere. Really, really. Singleton to avoid spreading bulk and headers over the entire freaking code base. Maybe I should do it now. Come on. I know you can see this. Alt.h. Oh, you just said they have this. really need to hide all this stuff somehow. This is obnoxious. Bro. That'll require too much work to fix it now. Just too much. I'll just provide everything it needs until it becomes happy. Okay. That is progress. Why is element size? Did I have the wrong one? Oh, I did. Alright, we have the element size. So that is definitely progress. Shoving vertices in here. The thing is, they do have indices as well, right? Yeah. I think it should be good. I need to specify the indices size. I think my instance is a 32-bit, right? Otherwise I assumed, okay. I don't need to compute it. Yeah, I do. No. Do I need? Hey, what's up, G? What kind of game am I making? Let's see if a game compiled right now I can run it through. It's basically an action RPG. Top-down isometric view. So you can move around, such as use a gamepad or whatever. Take out bad boys. Get the items. You have inventory, loot, whatever. You can equip different things. Let me see. Boom to equip. Excellent. Chained outfits, so on. Now what I'm adding right now is ability to actually destroy the walls. Right now all snow walls are destructible. Ooh. A bug. Oh, I just something tried to destroy the wall, yeah. Destroying walls right now is not supported. Well, I just broke it. So let's comment this out. Because right now it will lose pieces, but it's not gonna properly simulate everything. Which I had working yesterday. Let me see if I saved it. Didn't save it, well, whatever. You can definitely lose the pieces. Let's see. So the walls now have lives. Have way less life. The pieces should go away. Yeah. Now I need to real-time rendering, but as a hobby, yeah. Oh hell yeah. I started out initially OpenGL 1X, which was so easy to draw. You just said like, hey, here's a triangle, I want it to be shown right there, those positions, boom, done. Whereas now all this Vulkan stuff, Insanity, just so complicated, but you do have more power. So now I'm combining both the rendering and physics. And so right now, this is my debug view, so you can see that parts of the mesh is gone, but this box outline is the physical collider. And that's fully on, so that's what I'm working right now. It's a shape called convex shape. And this type of convex shape will allow you to specify a more precise volume. So that's how I'm building that right now. And so the physical library I'm using is called physics. So I'm providing it the vertices. Vertices here, then indices. For now, we'll let it be here. Looks like it's all I need. Okay, so then after that, looks like I can just cook it. It does need something else. It's a constructor of some type. Really? Does it want a name to constructor? Bro. Fine. So for an example, where is this parameter? Oh, it just wants the tolerances, and then it sets up a few things. Let's see. Let's take that. And all the stuff. Good. Yeah, there's many graphics engines out there. Diligent is definitely one of some of them. I'm guessing it's one of the either open source or one of the smaller engines. The other thing that you could try to look into if you're looking to reduce complexity of what you're working with is something called RayLib. I personally love RayLib concept and implementation. Because RayLib comes with just a set of these libraries that are just more simplified and easier to work with. And they provide both the samples and like all the little source code to get it going, which is pretty cute. So just introduce you into the world of 3D objects and all this drawing stuff. And they have bindings for all the languages that you might imagine. This one's pretty nice. The music is strong. Let me modify that. Alright, drop the music by about half. Let me know how it sounds. Alright, what is this? Quick haul and whatever that is. Yeah, wonderful. 111. So once I have a canvas, so I have the model here in Blender for the wall chunks. So now I need to convert them, build convex shape out of these guys. That's fine. I probably don't need to set this one manually. I don't even know what a cost map is. I'll just ignore it. I'll just ignore that. Oh, have a const on it? No, no, no. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the conventions of how things are done, because reality, a lot of games are kind of done haphazardly and quite randomly. And if you ever see like source code for even for silly things like with the popular game recently, Ballantra, somebody posted a little script that the game was using, and that was just like 1,000 if-else conditions everywhere. So I wouldn't worry too much about how you're supposed to do it, and just do it. Because oftentimes you'll just find either a better method or something that works easier for you. Because the real challenge of games is just how complex the games are overall. So you just need to do whatever you can to reduce complexity for your mind for it. And how people do it often doesn't particularly help. Especially do it on your own, it definitely doesn't matter. Because out in the companies out there, people just focus like on one small part of the game. And that's that. So optimization for that small responsibility is different than learning and building the whole game by yourself, like I am doing. Convex. Okay. So I have the convex. I've made it. Create the shape. You know what? There you go. Chill. We have a convex shape now. Good. So we already need an actor. Okay. Okay. We can make an actor. That I know how to do. I want to detach all the ships first, because I want the skull to be re-entrant. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, can I create without a shape? Or does it have to be? How do I create all the other shapes? Call this. How do I do that? Shape. Oh. Hold on a second. Yeah, this makes sense. Convex geometry. Convex mesh. Don't need to set much of anything else. Let's see, scale. Seems like everything else can be default. That's fine. And I just want to type the wrong word here. Okay. Oh, here's what I do. I could just remove all shapes. Yeah, it will remove all shapes. Otherwise, create it. Good. Yeah, learning things on the side while you work on the main job or whatever, it's a great way. Yeah, it's a great way to do it. Alright. I think this will work. Let's see. Yeah, you didn't find any consistent object-oriented way. Yeah, the good way nowadays actually is not to use any object-oriented approach at all. Like, I don't use that. I use the composite approach, where I have hundreds of different components with just pure data. And then when I need to get something done, I use a library called flex.dev. And now this one allows me to tell me for entities that have the following components, execute this piece of code. And I just define what components I need to operate on. And then just do the actual coding logic. So there is no object as such. There is entities that compose out of components. And that's it. But most engines nowadays, they do have the old object-oriented approach, but that's slowly dying out. It just doesn't scale in the long run, produces too much slow code in the future, in the long run. Alright, so let's see. So now as I break a wall, I should trigger breakpoint here, yes. Let's take a look. Let's see if it cooks. Alright, here's a big moment. The cooking. Input points appear to be almost the same place. Yeah. I know that. Ooh. Yeah, the convex is null. So I might need to do something here. So maybe I don't need this flag. What is this by default? By default it's nothing. Yeah, we just sort of wake up. Maybe because I have the full mesh, I can just pass it as this. Let me see what happens now. Because the convex description contains points, indices. And the stride data looks fine for here. Still didn't like it. User provided context match descriptor is invalid. So this is. So I either have to provide a full-on convex mesh. Oh, I have to prune out points that are similar. Trying to think which way would be easier. Maybe I can run it through this first. Just curious what it gets me. Gives me a bool. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about getting its stuff done right when you're working on rendering. It's not about getting stuff done right that you think somebody else will tell you what's right is, but rather just making it work at all. I would worry about that first. The primary thing is understanding what you need and how you need to get it done, and then the right approach is later. I wouldn't worry about that. Is valid. Check geometry. Okay. Points. It's happy about that. That one is fine. Yeah, it wants polygons. It wants polygons. If it has it. Otherwise, that's why it fails. I see. So it does want the compute convex in here. But I do have to trim out all the other... What's going on? Validate. Uh-huh. So it jumped into here. Yeah, I think nowadays the approach of inheriting and not doing all that structure of texture class on top of that, build some other image, then drawable image and so on. I don't think you need to do all that. Like I have written a rendered from Vulkan straight up, and I don't have any of those classes at all. All I have is one component called mesh, which tells you in simple integers where the mesh is to grab information. Then I have a simple material component that, again, we use integers to describe what the material index is, which points out somewhere else. And then I have a piece of code that says that for any entity that has a mesh and PBR material, and execute that following code, and then you just look it up and grab it as you go and need it. That's it. I don't have any objects at all. I don't have a drawable image. I don't have a visual image or visual object. None of that. I just have a function or lambda that takes some set of components to work with and does it. For example, in my gbuffer pass. No, that's what I want. For example... Where's my build? For example, here's how I draw meshes. Well, it just works with sub-components. As long as the component has a mesh material, also grab its position, maybe some parent position as well, and then you just go and straight up do call all the Vulkan operation to actually draw. Where does you go draw index? There's no object in here. There's no inheritance. There's nothing, just composition. You just have composition made up of entities. As long as the entity has a mesh as a material and some position where it needs to be drawn, that's it. And then just a query that sets up the context of what an entity needs to have to execute. That's it. You don't need all that. Insanity. Alright, so it seems like the easiest way to me to do convex thing is to go fully vertices. Prune out anything as duplicate or close to duplicate. And then have physics build it for me, which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. What didn't it like? You wanted hull polygons to be true, but why? It goes into build. Gather the polygons. Hull polygons. Let's rerun this. Right. So now this should be have those flags. Validation is not happy. Validation says it expects hull polygons to be there. Interesting. Why? Did I specify this part? Whatever. Let's try to build it. I really don't want to have to prune all the duplicate parts. I mean, fine, I understand it. Maybe it has a... So this shouldn't happen, but it does. Interesting. Maybe the tolerance is too high. Tolerance. But use this default one. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Create convex hull. It looks like it already does this, honestly. Clean up vertices. Maybe that's what I want. Quantize the input. Do it that way. Maybe they'll process all the inputs for me. No, it still hates me. I mean, sure, I can try to throw in more stuff. But it is definitely concerning. It's supposed to print them out. Let's do this. Let's inspect some tolerances. I think for 1. That's fine. Really want to do all this work of removing vertices by myself. Certainly could, but no, let's do this. Let's dig in deeper. Going deeper. Cook the mesh. See params. Area test tolerance, plane tolerance. Maybe I just need to mess around with that. Border points, good. Allocates memory here, huh? So what does cleanup do? Vertices to clean. And why is it garbage? Wait, maybe my actual data is wrong. What the hell is this integer? Bro. Am I giving it valid points actually? Ooh, I might not be. Maybe I'll just say this actually. I mean, it should be the same thing. No, I wasn't happy, but let's take a look again. Make sure this one looks fine. Let's see what this points to. What are you pointing at? Let's see, memory. Yup. Points to absolute garbage. Just absolute trash. That certainly would explain some problems. Alright, so let's think about it some more. This contains all that. That seems reasonable. Completely reasonable. Oh, well, first of all, this is wrong. That is definitely wrong. Count. So just to test it. Well, let's do... Make sure I'm pointing at the right point in memory to get the stuff test. No. I need this. Oh yeah, ImGUI is amazing. That's what I use. I think about 15% of my code base is just ImGUI. Like for example right here, I have this 10K file. And you can see ImGUI left and right. ImGUI is amazing. It's both fast and easy to write stuff for. It's, oh my god. It's not ideal for, I wouldn't use it for game UI, but for tooling, it's amazing. Definitely recommend that. So let's see, test. Okay, mesh data vertices, first one. 001. 0, 0. Is this a 1? Is that a 1? Let's look it up. Floyd Blight value for -1. No, really? I was hoping. Yeah, for actual game UI, if you use something that already exists, if your game engine provides, use that or build your own. In my case, I build my own type of Vulkan, but yeah. Unless your game has like particular low-level style that ImGUI might work out. But it's just not that user-friendly. It's not meant for user input. It's just meant for hardcore tooling. You can still do it, but it kind of limits you what you can do with that. Like specifically, ImGUI is not particularly made for scaling itself to different sizes. So you can't have buttons that are particularly large sizes. They're all meant to be tight and compact and small. Great for tooling, bad for video games. 17K, 16K. Alright, so that looks reasonable. So let's see points now. Points, data. Seems okay actually now. Maybe just to be crystal clear. But Real wants me to bake it separately. That sucks. That it sucks. Cook it. Okay. Oh, I really didn't like it. So this one is giving me pain. What does it mean by clean input vertices? Clean. Normalize input. It's not doing removal of duplicates just yet. No, I'm pretty sure that I'm correct. My index is a 32-bit, right? Indices, yeah, 32-bit. All right. Input data points. Number of clumps you wish to produce. I'm wondering. Input size 30. Out is 10. M quantized output. Sure. So let's take a look at this data. Looks like minus something again. No, just one. I think. Let me check. We have 1 and bytes. Presentation. Gotta be some kind of silly websites that would show me the actual meaning. Okay. Yeah, 3F80, as I was expecting, it's 1. So that is a 1 float. So that looks right. I mean, at this point, I might as well just bite the bullets and remake the vertices and prune out any identical ones. Fine, you know what, physics? I accept it. I accept defeat. I will show. Prune out everything that you don't like here. I shall give you a new scratch convex point. And what I will do is for cooking. Actually, I'll just keep it here for now. Yes. Pair vertices for cooking. Give it mesh data. And give it submesh. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this might be big O n times n. That will be a pain. I'll have to go through and compare each point. But hopefully it works with small enough numbers where it doesn't matter too much. There is hope. Vertices. Almost out of water. Might need to add some. Okay. It's greater than some. Hell, stuff like that is fun too. Okay. Maybe even just removes any vertices that are too close for physics to cook. Okay. Have that. So with that in play, X like 3. Actually, maybe I don't. Let me check that the memory here is good. What kind of memory layout does it have? Just XYZ? Easy enough. Easy enough. Easy enough. Okay. Let it rip. Let us see. It still didn't like it. Number of vertices. Oh wait, what? Don't tell me I didn't cook it, prepare right. Oh, yeah, zero size, what? What? But I was hoping that this would work. Vertex count 30. Oh, if this thing is size, it's the has items. Actually. Yeah, what the hell was doing? This is wrong logic entirely. Value point. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Hey Redstone, what's up? Somebody slipped the message. And we have a second spammer for the day. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. About one spammer every 1 hour. Spamming for viewers. Excellent. Excellent. Now, all it does, you should remove any vertices that are duplicate or too close to each other. Right? Right. Okay, that should work. Okay, yeah, give me 2 points. They all look different. I should be happy enough. Son of a... Hey, it's progress. It didn't complain. It just crashed somewhere else. But yes, that worked. That worked. Now, what's missing is... I need to add a debug view for this boy. Right? Specifically for... convex shape. Yeah. Holder. And it should be typed somewhere. Or whatever. I know it's there that it's going for. All right. Although it might get interesting. Because I actually need to get the vertices out of it. Hopefully it provides it for me. Please do. Convex mesh. Now, will it give me convex mesh? It seems to. It certainly seems to. Okay. But then, what does this one contain? Does it have vertices? It does. Oh, hell yes, it does. Yup. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. I can hear music myself, and I'm curious how the music sounds on a stream. If the music is too loud now, let me know. I'll go around like that for a bit. Vertex count. Wait, what does this do? Oh, it gives me the data out. I see. Okay. Okay. I do need to transform it at some point. And line versus where it's going. Okay. Okay. But I think I actually need to go by indices as well. Yeah. Actually, polygons is kind of cute to do as well. Oh, no. And this gives me back offset into the index buffer, number of vertices, edges, and the polygons. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. So with polygons. Okay, which polygon? Mm-hmm. Guess index set is fine. Oh, BXUH. Oh, right. Assuming 32-bit indices. Actually, what the hell is it? Index buffer. I'll just have to see in debug. Is this 32-bit indices? I don't know. We'll see. We should see about that. So at this point, I think I'm creating the polygon shape correctly. So now I'm reading the data back out so I can draw it on the screen to see it visually. And then when we go, then on we go, on I go. Alright, let's ignore this for now. Alright, this is gonna be polygon index. And then it's gonna be vertex index inside polygon. And for each one, index for this particular vertex, out of which I need to get the actual index. Set into index data. Size of what? Oh, I think actual build indices of a size of 1 byte. So that should be good enough. Okay, and then I have that. Then I can finally probably times 3. It's probably right. Vertex XYZ finally, right? Text data. So now that I have this, right? Why? Do it seriously? I shouldn't have to multiply by size, right? Because the pointer math. Now here I need points. I need 2 points for a line. Polygon is essentially a chain, a connected chain, a circle. So let's draw lines. Oof. All I want is destructible walls, but again, so deep. Just keep going down the layers. Now polygons is only 3. Actually, how many points can it have? It can have some number. I just assume we can't have too big. Let's say maximum of 16 points. Polygon points. Okay. Okay. And I'll do lines after that. So that gives me 1 full polygon. Start at the end, go up by 1. So that builds the lines, and then I need one more line for it goes from 0 to the end, I think. A third spammer, hell yeah. Because it's the first spammer, I'm gonna go get more water. Be right back. And then back to debug drawer. Okay. The water has returned. With me in tow. Just to close the loop on the polygon, it goes up down, and you connect the first of the last. Actually, I don't already have last. I do. I do. Now, the only thing out of this that I need to do is I do want to convert it over. Yeah. Why? Oh, wait a second. It's a VEC 3, it's not a float. It's a whole VEC straight up. Wow. Text data. Wow, okay. Okay. So that's converted. World space, yeah. I think that's all I need to do. Let's take a look. YouTube has been misbehaving recently. I don't know what is up with that. Oh yeah, I've been missing out on all the chats on YouTube because my YouTube chat was not connected. Darn. Alright, hopefully it works now. Let me see. Adamia is asking, am I using VS Code or Visual Studio? I'm using both. I use Visual Studio Code for actual coding, whatnot. Visual Studio Code I use for easier traversal of file structures, because Visual Studio doesn't gives me a bit different view of my project. It's more about the logical structure as opposed to the file structure. And anytime I need to think in terms of file location, where it's at, and it's easy to jump through here, or like look for CMake files, which are not always present there. And then Zervor is asking why am I using 2D IDEs? Because I use whatever makes me faster. So depending on the task, I will use whatever's faster to get going. Yeah, alright. So now I should be able to see YouTube chat just fine. Okay. Now, is it compiling? I think it is. Alright, let's see. Time to see if the debug view works. Switch to debugging view. Show me what you got. So I know I can cook. Let's see debug view. Vertex data. Okay. Index data. Okay. Let's see what's the polygon count. 7 polygons. Good. We've got the polygon data. That's 5 vertices. Reasonable. Reasonable. Offset. Okay. We transform it into whatever it's supposed to be at. What is this pose? Oh, is this pose a local pose? Oh, it is. Just local pose of a shape. So I was wrong about being a world space. This is more like an actor space. But otherwise looks fine. Otherwise looks fine. So we can let her run. Oh, whoa, whoa, that disappears way too fast. Well, the good news, it creates some kind of convex shape. The bad news is it is nowhere near looking right. Why? Maybe I specified the wrong piece. Oh, I think I do. Let me see. Yeah. Right here. I need to pass the same ID into that guy. Hey Beanie, why did I want to create a game without an engine? I didn't want to. I really did not want to do that. Several years ago I joined Amazon Game Studios to work on a game engine called Lumberyard. And Lumberyard came to be the engine used by New World. And so I figured, hey, I'm gonna get paid a lot of money, I get to learn an engine and help it build from scratch. And then I can go use it to make my own game. It was a perfect plan. The problem is the more years I spent there learning how to use it and so on, the more I learned about limitations of engines and the way they're built out. And just how much effort it takes to make it use an engine to make a game that works well. And so I ended up giving up on Lumberyard and No3D as well to make my own game out of that, even though I tried many times making a lot of side projects in that. Then I went back to Unreal Engine, spent some 100 hours of training time on Udemy courses on Unreal Engine 5 to get back into it, and then I spent maybe 3 months of my free time building out the game. Looks exactly like that, like this, but Unreal Engine. It looks very, very pretty, but I just couldn't stand working C++ code in Unreal. Like, the tools are amazing, looks very pretty, a lot of tools to help you out, but just the C++ code and the whole flow there were just so painful. It was just so slow to run through, just all the workflows. Like, I could just tell that's gonna make me just slow down. Like here's one perfect example. So both Unreal and I use the same tool called Live++. So look it up. Unreal. And so it's something called you can do live code, where you can let's rebuild the application code and patch it while the engine and the game is still running. So it's almost like scripting, and you don't have to restart your game at all. And I'm using exactly the same tool as Live++. However, when I'm making the same code change in my code, I can actually show it. Bro, why? So here's the Live++ tool. So the magic that it does, for example, let's say I'm here, I'm gonna insert a comment here. Now immediately it sees, oh, hey, there's a change in file that I just noticed. Let me build it for you. It takes like a second and a half here, alright? I did the same thing in Unreal, it took 30 seconds. On a laptop, it took over a minute. Bro, hell no. As myself, living on my own savings, that just way too much time. I'd rather spend a few months building out my own tool stack so it runs faster, and then I'm full control. And the other thing is, let's see, what do I need? I need non-skin damage. So yeah, it's the other thing is that Unreal uses it here. It's actually using a very old version, whereas I can grab and dissipate version like significantly newer, so just faster, just flies. And with this, I don't even need to restart my game. It just saves like minutes at a time for small iterations. And if as you get more and more complicated, I can just patch things live while I'm in this complex scenario that's hard to reproduce. It's just massive boost. And the other part is, like, getting to simple state like this is not that complicated. It took me like maybe a few months to a year, but it's not a big deal to get up to this look. The challenge is when you're trying to actually ship the game, like in the last year or so, when you're trying to fix all issues, problems, whatnot. And then then I was thinking, I'm just gonna become like a beggar, a forum beggar, going to Unreal Engine forums and like begging people like, hey, could you please fix this problem for me? I don't know, my game's crashing, I've been working on it for 5 years, but it's too slow in this particular moment, it just crashes all the time. What do I do? And the whole real solution would be then for me to go and look into spelunking into Unreal Engine code, try to fix it there. It's like, bro, actually, you know, let me share this links. This is the link for live coding in Unreal, an actual tool I'm using. The Live++ is paid, but it's only like $100 a year. It's nothing for what it does for me. Okay. So here, I need to specify this. No, wait a second. It's not this what I need. I need the convex shape. Yeah. dynamic, and here give it an eye. Like for example, right here, my game is running. Right, I can do whatever you want, and then I'm gonna save. Boom, the project has been recompiled. So it did run the new code. It did crash, but it did run the new code immediately. What happened here? What? Okay, that was... That was actually bad. It looked like it produced bad code entirely. Yeah. Alright, fine. Array can start with a size greater than the maximum size. But there was no array here. Oh, son of a gun. There you go. Okay, fine. Submesh reference. What the hell did I do? I thought all that was this part. Did I do something wrong? Okay, so at least that is fine. So I just... This is some kind of modern C++ stuff where I just did something incorrectly here. Oh. Oh, it's hitting me so hard. I need to be more explicit here, I think. Do I stream regularly? Yeah. I work on the game pretty much all the time. It's just full time, just me focusing on this. I pretty much stream every day. Or YouTube or Twitch or together. There are a few days or some days from off of streaming. But generally I try to stream some amount every day. Hey, what's up, NSDev? I remember you from a few days ago. Alright, so this is modern C++ nonsense. Doesn't come very cleanly in what I want. Let's just be explicit. Fine. If he wants to hate me like this, let's do it. Let's see if I need a scale or not. So yeah, I stream every day, but I'm not really a streamer. I'm primarily a game dev. I'm doing streaming as a way to, over the years of working on this game, to build up, to help out myself with marketing in the future, down the road. But it's gonna be at least 2 more years of working in this game, depending how big I want it to go. Right now, still in the beginning. So on this dev, just for you know, I'm currently working on destructible walls. Right now they can be destroyed like this, but the collision shapes are not matching the visual assets. So I'm currently adding convex shapes from here. Not just a typical convex shape. So this is the PhysX 5 library that I'm using for physical simulation. Almost there, almost there. Well, 12 different steps to accomplish. I'm like step 4, I think. Okay. Submeshes. This is gonna be nasty. Mesh. There you go. There you go, evil modern C++. Take it. Take it and enjoy it. Smash for convex. 1i. Actually, it's the same. Well, it might be different size. Oh, not bad. Starting count I. Oh, that's why I was freaking out. This is not an I, it's a submesh reference I. Alright, go live code. Let's see. Oh, look how beautiful it is. That collider shape matches perfectly. Slow it down. Yeah. Let me do this. I want those lights to be a bit more clear. Debug, draw this in red. Whoops. There you go. Yeah, I'm playing a character for sure. Yeah, the big premise of the game for this here is that, because I usually play a lot of Diablos and whatnot, was always I know it how female characters always had poor choices for clothing. Look at that, the chunks are perfect now. Convex shapes are working. So that was step 4. Yeah, so for the character stuff, why not blast? And as Dev's asking, why not blast? Yeah, I know about physics blast. But the thing is, when I actually look for what it does, it doesn't actually cut the shape for you that I saw. But maybe it does. But even then, it's more made for like AAA quality with an insane amount of subdivisions, whatnot. I'm not looking for AAA that requires insane CPU and GPU to run. So the reason right now fragments are going the wrong direction is because this wall still has the wrong collider shape. It still has a full box shape. And so because of that, when you punch the wall, the new chunks are actually overlapping with the wall, so they get pushed out from out of it. And so that's step 5 now. And that will be to, when the wall is damaged, I need to replace all the colliders with those new convex shapes. Okay. That way, when you, for example, even now, if I shoot like in this point, it will hit the wall even though it's not supposed to be there. So yeah. So I already have convex shapes for parts that fall off, as you can see outlined in red. So those are already good. Like this is already proven to be perfect. Look at this. It just correctly creates all the shapes. Perfect. Let me then check. I'm not seeing any warnings, so it's good. Is it good? So what I need to do now is when the wall gets damaged. Well, actually, before that, let's say the progress is this. Before going anymore, because this was a good amount of work. Okay, edit convex mesh support for dynamic physical objects. Applied that to wall debris. Okay, that's in Git, and now it's in cloud forever. I'm not gonna be a noob like some game devs out there who don't use any source control, and then they lose years of work in progress. All right. So now that I have this, now I don't need to stop the program because I need to change. I need to bump the max shapes up to 4. Yeah. Because when the wall gets damaged, it will need to be given up to 4 convex shaped collision things to show there. Okay. 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 So first, implement the low-level stuff. Where's those convex shape? Right here. I could modify the same, reuse the same thing here. Oh no, let's... I'm gonna duplicate this whole thing. So this was for dynamic object, but now I need it for static. Something stationary, it doesn't move. Which means... I think I also need a parent data. Parent position and rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. These are going to be optional components. Optional parent components. This is a good example where I'm not using any object-oriented stuff at all. Instead, this is all compositional out of pure data components. And that has been so much easier to work with. Oh my goodness. And faster too. Like right now my game is running at 4K resolution, 144 frames a second in debug mode, in debug build. My frame time right now is like 5 milliseconds. Like it goes less than 1 millisecond when I'm running in release build. It flies like the wind. Okay. All right, that gives us where we are. Let's call it transform is fine, I guess. And so now we need to for every submesh specified up to 4 or so. Make a new cooking thing. Okay, I got all the answers I need here. So I'm good on these questions. Okay. So now I need to cook multiple convex shapes. I think I need to, yeah, I think I just attach multiple shapes to the physical object. Except this is actually static. This is actually static now. None of this applies. Don't do anything special here. Just this one. Just this. Okay, so I have multiple shapes. Looks like I can just attach a shape, right? Yeah. So Logic static is already alive. Yeah. So the shapes are already all removed, so I just need to attach each shape one at a time. Okay. Create static. What is it? I think that is it. Well, my game is still running, but I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared. Let's try to play around with this. So let's see, wall debris. Convex shape. Mesh. So debug draw on. It is now. Wait, no, that's all I need to do. It has to be on this wall. On a static wall. Particular challenges here. Hey Sue, making 3D RPG in Godot. Since you grab type machine concepts, so much easier to add states of a character. You have something similar for handling items. It's like a transaction trick. It depends how involved your items are with your character. Like in my case, yeah, I have a state machine with essentially a switch case for the character when she floats around versus when she's aiming at something or shooting things. And that state also helps determine which animation state to run. Like one of the states I'm changing here actually, as you can see, a bad guy in this direction. And so she generally will point at the nearest bad guy that she can see. unless there's a block, line of sight is not available to the bad guy, and then she'll ignore him like this. But point at him and ignore him again. So that's states. Actually, even have it here. Let's see, player animation. Yeah, so that's my state right here. Current state: either on the ground, flying, or shooting. Items. I mean, items are primarily just data, except that sometimes you need to apply it to the character in some way. Like if it's a weapon, it might just change what kind of mesh it is, how it's attached to the player, how the player is supposed to hold that item. When you don't use it, is it in your hand, and when you sheath it, does it go in the bag, does it go somewhere else? It just depends how deep you go in that. In general, state machines are usually kind of big and kind of get complex very fast. Like when you have four different states in a state machine, it's not as big as a deal. But once you explode to like 20 different states, it becomes such a mess to know which state can go to which state and when. What was the previous state? Oftentimes you might need to know when is the transition. It gets complex fast. My approach so far for items has been try to keep it simple, just apply it as necessary. Usually just check what items you have, and based on that determines the state of your character. But state usually means behavior and emotion, what kind of things you do, what actions it can take. It reminds me, I wanted to add a new animation while she floats like that. Maybe like some kind of like a side motion so she doesn't fully face him. And then I would need to work on inverse kinematics, so that the hand can maybe like change slightly as she points at the bad guy, so she becomes a bit more calm alive. Right now she's just very too rigid, and barely moves as she floats around. That would be cool. But that'll take a bit longer. Actually, speaking of which, I do have a paper on inverse kinematics. Boom. Which is actually understandable enough. Inverse kinematics fabric. So for now, when the player picks up an item, remove it from the world, add it to the spine bone. Yeah, and then when attacking, hide it from the spine, add it to the hand. Yeah. Yeah, that's the usual approach of Unreal. I once went through a Udemy course that was doing exactly that. And yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it's always difficult, especially when you have item interacting directly with players. It always gets tricky because when such close spaces, and it could be tricky. Plus, you have to specialize how you take that item out. How does it appear in the hand? Do you go overhand, over shoulder? Like, there's different ways to do it. And that one is not so much state. And that one's, it might just be, I would always start out as simple, just plain old data, just defining what an item is, how it's, what type of way it's supposed to take it out. So maybe you have 3 different ways to take an item from the back. Maybe if it's like a dagger, you go from a hip, or with a hand for like a big sword or something, you take it out, and switch between that. And then we just have to add to the player like what maybe state or substate you're in. With like you're ready to attack, but you're still waiting to unsheath a weapon and so on. I would just go for whatever you think the simplest solution is first. And worry about like the proper overall high level approach like way later. Like in my game, I don't even worry about the weapons, to be honest. Like that's why I have a laser, I have a hand laser. Like who needs weapons? You just use your human hands. Oh yeah, I was thinking about convex shapes. The challenge is, initially the wall is of a box shape, and then I need to switch it into convex shape. Now I could actually modify the entity itself, take out the box shape, add a convex shape. That would kind of work, but I don't like adding removing components. Behind the scenes that actually leads to a bunch of memory copies or whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, game dev is a lot about the devils and details. And you might have like high level view what to do, but then you have 20 different sub-steps of getting it to work the way you want to. And then when you step 5, you realize like, oh yeah, this particular key doesn't work too well, so I need this additional mid-step. Like in this case, all I'm doing is doing breakable walls. But the moment I break off a couple of chunks, like, oh wait, I need different correct shapes for the wall chunks. But the original wall still has the wrong collider, so now I need to add feature to that. And not just as I'm thinking about to do this now, I have to think, alright, I can have up to 4 colliding shapes together on that same body for the wall, sure. But then how do I go do that? Right now, just a box shape. I have areas made up of components. So either remove box shape, put a convex component on top of it. And exactly how do I want to do that? Because the library I'm using, the design is such that you don't really want to modify the entity from a callback, because in that case the entity is in a immutable state. You're not really meant to mess around with components. So what I'm doing is some kind of state switch. If you have an idea, I can have a couple of Boolean flags on the convex shape to indicate when to switch into it. Yeah, I think I like that. Now the other walls I generally use composite shapes, right? Yeah. And that's the thing about game dev, especially if you're working on your own projects, is that you get to choose both the solutions and the problems. So if you don't like the solution, oftentimes you can just change the problem. Alright. So the idea for these enabled flags is that now I can toggle off one type of collider into the other one. So let's see. Okay. So now at the very least, so now I have a toggle. Now the toggle right now doesn't do anything. I still need to add the code logic to do this. But that would be the idea, to add both the convex and the other one. Yeah. Dude. And so now sure it's gonna bail out. Just want to make sure remove. Oh, these shapes too. Whoops. Oh, so if you have any videos or whatever to show off any kind of project you have going on, that'd be cool to take a look, especially if it's like a simple thing on the YouTube. Always cool to see some other project in progress. So this, I think what I can do is go to my wall and the convex shape, but disable it. Yep. Good. Might as well do it for this wall too. Okay. Whoa. He had me here pretty hard. I thought it set it to be ignoring if it's this. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just bail out and do nothing. Load. Bro, come on. I mean, up to you, no pressure. I'm just, if you get something going on. So what is removing this? Or maybe just not saving it as false. Let me see, comic shape. It's a disabled. It's so weird. What the hell? What is this object? Well, it's sort of from somewhere. It's not that crazy. I actually have a playlist. Because I've kept around all the videos I've made over time. Let's see. So my first little video of a project, this was, I think like a year and a half ago. This was just a Vulkan drawing two triangles. And then I went over, I had to learn how to do the full mesh of multiple triangles and textured. Then I added the physical engine that I have now. Because even though I'm not using a game engine, I still use some over a dozen different libraries that do a bunch of features for me, such as physical simulation, like you see here. So just over time, introduced more features, made more graphical effects. Oh, added shadows. At first, shadows were really ugly. I had to learn how to make them a little less ugly. Then I figured out how to do skinned animation and so on. Yeah, I have a number of experience. I worked before OpenGL. I had professional jobs of game dev. Prior to that, I always worked with C++ on my own too. So yeah, you kind of see progress things at a time. And that was the first character with a mouse. This is right casting to see the mouse pointing at and so on. Then this was the first character of animation too. I don't remember if this was a motion blending or not. Yeah, I think it was motion blending too. And that was the first bad guys running around. At first they didn't do anything. Yeah. Then eventually I did some explosion and falling apart and blowing them up. Yeah. I don't have any coverable walls right now. Then I switched to ray tracing. So this was rebuilding the game, the new type of render where everything is ray traced. So at first it looked very much similar the way it was before, but the shadows are immediately like pixel perfect shadow ray tracing. And then over time I was able to add reflections because it is ray tracing. And that looks pretty sweet. So now I have two renders. One render that can run just about anything without even GPU. The other one is different. Alright, what the hell's going on? Alright, let's... Oh, did I somehow scrub my wall? I think I did. I messed up my wall. Let's fix that prefab. I'll just delete it or remake it. Let's see. Build, debug, prefabs. So this wall screwing up right here. Let the build system recopy a fresh, clean one, and go. Yeah, so hair simulation initially was baked in Blender. Like this was my early baked animation just in Blender itself. So that was pre-computed in Blender. The problem was when she was moving around, it just yeah, this was before the hair. I made slightly motion to it, but it just wasn't convincing enough. It was just kind of static. It was like yuck. So I spent about a week implementing hair simulation. So at first what I was doing was I built out this physical chain for the ponytail based on the animation bones. And then after that, I began to apply it to the skin mesh. And that took some math to figure out, because it was just broken at first, pretty hard. And then over time, I figured out slightly more and more, so slightly less painful. Oftentimes there'll be some really bad bugs, I'll figure out the math. It was nasty. It took some perseverance to get all this stuff fixed up. This was maybe 5 months ago. This was almost perfect. There was a few weird random rotation. So this is in the span of, yeah. But then eventually, yeah, this is where there's slight bug where in the very beginning, you can see the tip of a ponytail spin because of the incorrect matrix error. And just kind of spin on its own too quickly. But otherwise it was more or less okay. Luckily I was able to find a fix for that too. Yeah, and this is just physics simulating. No, my clothing is not simulated yet at all. I'll look into that in the future. But for now this is good enough. So yeah. Actually you can see it now. So what I can do is going to disable a bunch of things. Go to player hair, skin mesh, hide the visual mesh. And now you can see all the bones. This is how it actually happens. And then that gets applied into the mesh itself. The only limitation I have for my ray trace render, like here, is that I don't support drawing lines yet, so that's why I'm having to switch to the ugly renderer to see the debug lines. But all the skewed reflection is nice. It's nice. Still need to get the walls. Yeah, I need to get this collider right. Oh yeah. So this wall is now working again. I just need to be careful. Oh, I saved a bunch of debris into that thing. You know what? I need to fix this before breaking any more prefabs. I need to make sure I don't spawn debris in the editor. No more. Let me see. Yeah, this on remove should only happen when life is actually. Don't do it. Just turn off in the editor. But this should be good enough for now. Let's do it again. Oh yeah, red hair ponytail is great. It's much, I think it's influenced from all the anime. Just red just looks good too. Yeah, but also I can add more different hairstyles. So I can do singular ponytail and a few others. But I haven't spent time on that. Alright, let's see. There you go, so now I no longer have any weird debris flying around. Yeah, so Mixamo is fine. But in my case, everything I'm working in Blender. So all my character is here. I actually had to teach myself, had to learn, dude, come on. So I have my own character here, so I've learned how to animate everything myself. Boom, boom. Let's see. All the crazy amount of bones and stuff. Had to rig it up. That's actually pretty cool because the way I taught myself was for P2 Design, this French dude, and he provides a way how to effectively rig and animate in Blender, and he's been so good at it. He just provides hours and hours of training. So I went through a lot of that, and just for that I was able to build up all the tools. So this way you can see if there's actual hair bones. And this is what I extract information from and create physical bones for. Yeah, there's a bunch of that going on. Now, the wall. Canvas shape is off. So now what I want to do is be able to go to this guy, turn it off, and have that shape disappear. Let's at least play around with that. Yeah, walking, especially for humans, is different. For my bad guys, it's simple enough because we just ugly little robots, so who cares? In that case, this one is easy enough. Dude. Why in this weird mode? Yeah, that one is easy enough to animate, because who cares if it looks ugly? But for humans, yeah, I might have to. Also, flying characters on purpose, because I didn't want her around like a man. But at some point, I will be adding a male hero, and that will need that. But in that case, you can just take an existing animation somewhere else, and then retarget it using Blender or whatever tools you use. And then clean it up from there. Or with other tools that can create some procedural animations for you either way. But yeah. Right, let's look for composite shapes. And static. Yeah, this is the one. The only one. Yeah, because running around, especially quickly as a girl, I mean, I can definitely do it where I can do like a longer strides and occasionally land on one foot or the other one. But that requires definitely risk kinematics for feet on the ground and more complexity for sure. Plus you can always stand and occasionally walk around for like some other items. We'll see. What else? Alright, so now I think I should be able to switch the wall between different colliders. Let's see, debug. On. Alright, here we go, that's the shape. And now if I disable this guy, and specify here pieces 0. Oh yeah, needs to trigger modified. Let me have some of this. Okay. Oh, I gave it the wrong type. I gave it the wrong type. Okay. So now we can actually disable. Now I can disable composite shape, enable this boy after setting. Static. Boom. Just like that. Can I add more types now? Almost. Why is it complaining? I do have push ID here. Oh, just not long enough for me to see the difference. Okay. This one returns true, right? Yeah. Excellent. Hell yes. Oh yes. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So now we can specify colliders for that, for the map, for the walls being destroyed. Now, I don't need much here. So I think I can just save it as this. Let's add the one here. Make sure it stays in disabled state. Okay. So now, in order to update that, okay. So now I need access to two more components. One is a convex shape. The other one is composite shape. Yeah. Okay. So when we're full of life, and we got composite shape, and then that's a true. This one should be false. Okay. Otherwise, do the flipperoo, show the convex shape. And that was a change. I need access to the entity itself. I need to trigger change. Okay. Now the submesh IDs. That might be enough. This might be enough to get going. So now I should be able to switch between colliding shapes. Well, first it's like that. Oh. What? Oh. right? Yeah. Okay. So I think the shapes are now good. But you know what? I'm not sure if initial one gets created in the right place. Let's slow it down. Just want to see the get object. So first one pops correctly. That one is fine. But this one, why do they appear like way... Yeah, like they appear way later and the way off. Why? Also, wait a sec, aren't those wrong pieces? I think those are wrong pieces. Like the first piece that falls off is correct. And then it should be this shape and that, but the ones that pop up from the bottom instead. Oh, I think I just have a bug somewhere here. Somewhere I have a bug. Of what pieces I spawn. Oh. You know what, just not to confuse myself. So I should do. Okay. Let's see now. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Also, it doesn't live long enough. I want it to live a little longer. Let's see if that actually will be true or not. Let's see, Mr. Debris. Yeah, life is fine. But let's go back here and save it as bright green. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, look at that. And now it's actually correct shapes. How's the frame rate? Good. Let's look at the bug window. I'm gonna make sure to fix this doesn't freak out on time. Doesn't seem to have any serious effect on the walls. Boink. What the hell was that? Was it the wrong rotation somehow? Why was it wrong? This looks perfectly fine. It just fell off. That's funny. Except that piece. Just the last piece misbehaves. So weird. Oh. What did I do to that piece? Why has this piece been... This one is working but not that one? Why? So weird. It's just gone. Alright. Still look at what the hell's going on here. Entity picker. Yes. Comic shape off. Correct. Composite shape is fine. I'm gonna hit it. Oh, I don't change the oh yeah, that's my bad. Do I have that feature where I can copy out a component yet? It's only in game mode. Because I actually needed to have this static. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's kind of a problem where once the pieces are long enough, actually kind of hard to hit it. Because I'm usually attacking. What seems to be the problem? Oh, maybe I just didn't clean this up. It's clear. Huh? Why did it run out of space? Where is it here? Fine. Oh wait, this thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe somehow it's duplicate ones. Let's do it again. I want to see the repro. What is the state there? Well, now I don't even know what the hell is the problem. There you go, that's what I want to see. Let's see what the state is. Visual fidelity doesn't mean a whole lot. One website I like to use is GameStats.com, and you can see a lot of 2D games that make millions. Once the game is fun, the visual fidelity is kind of secondary. Perfect example for that is this. The word fortress. This is a game. This is Fortress made over $10 million. Jesus Christ, 14 million. And that's the way it looks, 2D straight up. So yeah, you don't need particularly strong fidelity to win. Speaking of losing, oh, it's because I did just enough damage, but it doesn't fit. Probably right. Yeah, the problem is when you can't hit that last part. It's so fun. Well, and yet people love 2D games anyway, because games are primarily about the fun and playing something you haven't played before. So 2D, 3D, who cares? Because by the same logic, if it was about fidelity, I would have to drop all this and switch into Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine looks way better than whatever I have. Bar none. Bar none. What I need to do is actually need to queue up updating no mesh anytime a wall chunk is removed. I'm hoping it doesn't take my frame rate. I hope it doesn't. I so hope it doesn't. Wait a second. Okay, right here. Well, that's the thing. I was thinking about that exactly, if Unreal actually helps you win or not. Because it doesn't come for free. Even assuming that you never name, you don't, like imagine like Unreal was free forever no matter how much money you made with it. Even of all that, there's always time that you need to invest into Unreal, which is that one is that you have to learn all the systems it has. All the quirks that it has, things that work, things that don't work, things that are too slow, things that will crash if you use them the wrong way. And then we actually have your game going close to shipping. Because it's a big engine, it will do a lot more things for you. Like I remember testing how to produce a package build in Unreal. And the first time, just like almost no assets, it took me like an hour of waiting to get a package build out. Even the ones after that still took a good 5, 10, 15 minutes to produce a new build. I remember one time I was building my project in Unreal exactly for this exact thing. I wonder if I kept it around or not. I may have deleted it. But I had a problem where I built out particle effects and it was working fine like a regular editor game mode. But once I produced a ship build, the package build, they just crashed with an error in the particle system. And it was hard to figure out exactly where it's coming from. Now in that case, it was a small enough project. I was lucky enough to revert the last change. And I found this particular node was crashing in a shipping build, but not a game build. So you'll be spending some time and a lot of effort figuring that out one way or the other. At least with my code, I know what works, what doesn't. If something crashes, I know where to go fix it. At least that. Now. This happens on remove. Yeah, right here. I'm hoping this is not gonna go crazy. I'm hoping. Make sure the nav mesh doesn't get built every frame, as that could tank the performance. Okay. If I'm gonna use a game engine, it would better be top of a line and gets me the biggest bang for the buck. If go to the small engines, like exactly what am I getting out of it? Just the graphics? If it's purely just graphics, then I'm better off just finding some graphical library that will allow me to achieve high enough of a look, if it's just the graphics. And if I'm going for like super crazy graphic, then sure, go Unreal, but there's other challenges of that. Oh yeah, I wanted to see no mesh. See if this thing gets updated. Oh, it does, but I don't support convex meshes. I don't support convex meshes for no mesh. I need to address that problem. But you know what, I might save progress now is this. Okay. We'll show convex colliders for partial damage. Because the more you build out your attack, because imagine you're trying to do something custom in either Unreal or Godot. It's the same thing of going to forums, asking for help, or trying to look for examples that look like it. Somebody made a plugin already looks like it, but doesn't quite work the same way, doesn't work well enough. You break some other change you got, or some new version of the game engine that's out that breaks you again. And then you have to, eventually you're gonna have to figure out stuff on your own in that engine anyway, sooner or later. Like, there's a reason only 20% of games come out using Unreal, and that's like top of the line engine. It comes with its own headache, just a matter of which path you choose. For me, even aside from all that technical stuff, when you're working on a game solo for years, you have to do something in a way that engages you, and I don't want to feel like I'm dependent on the Unreal tech. Because anytime something crashes here, I know exactly what's broken. It's there, I have to like spelunky millions lines of code that they have in Unreal and hope you understand what the hell happening there. Especially as your game gets bigger, those baking cooking times of your game, bro, it gets bad. There was one time I was working for a console game. It took like over half an hour every time you make a change to cook it and have it run on the console. It's like you're working your whole day, you can only try like 10 different things before you run out of your working time. Because it's like you make a one line change, like hoping like, is this right? I don't know, I'll see it in half an hour. Like that just kills your time so hard. Yeah, so physical world. Create mesh from. Yeah, so I need to expand this one. For example, here's a perfect case. In this case, notification mesh doesn't get the data from convex mesh. But if I have to do the same addition implementation on Unreal, it would take me days to figure out where it's supposed to be, where can I connect it to, and even if it get implemented, like does it break something else? And when the new version of the engine comes out, then you have to bring over your changes as well from previous version to the new version, because they might change something that you're using, and that breaks the, you have to reintegrate all the code. Stuff is not easy. Whatever engine you use, you're always going to have to mess around with the engine pretty hard. Let's see. Pose. Oh, it's a local pose. Let's drop it here. Oh, here it's called T. It's called local pose. No, it's not called that. It's called pose. Okay. On top of that, it's hard to, no, it's easy to underestimate all the problems you will have in the engine in the future once you apply all the things you want to make in your game. And it's very easy to underestimate the power you have when you have full knowledge of your tech stack. Because I know everything from pixels, triangles, all the way up. And it just gives me so much power. Because one of the first issues that all the like indie games on Reels have is always a performance struggle. Oftentimes things look clanky, don't look quite right because they didn't have the knowledge and skills to modify the engine just right to look the way they wanted to. Alright, so here I need to return I need to create triangle vertices pairs of 3. Yeah. Let me think about this. I have a polygon. This polygon is a convex polygon, which means I can make triangles out of it. Okay. And so be it. So be it. Now polygon can have multiple points, so you just need to grab the first one and make triangles out of the rest. Yeah, that will work. That should be fine. Okay. So here are my polygons. I got the polygons. So I'm starting from yeah. So the first pixel will always be the first. And then you take the if -1. And that should create all the triangles out of a polygon. Pretty sure. Actually from 2. Yeah. Ooh. I did not appreciate it. Maybe I'm wrong somehow. Huh. No, somehow I'm breaking everything. Somehow I'm breaking everything. Oh, this is global pose. Ooh. Oh, I didn't read that. I did not read that correctly. Discard that. Yeah, I guess here it converts everything into global pose, huh? Yeah, he wants it to be global. Okay. No, I screwed it all up. Oh, Jesus Lord. What the hell is that? There you go. Still not the biggest friend of this one. Doesn't like it. I thought I already transformed it. What else does it need from me? Oh, it transforms it back into real thing later. So I don't need to do this part at all. Okay. There you go. Okay, so now I can just push through it. Cool. Yeah, we'll see if that tanks CPU when we go out in the wild and see what happens to the walls. For sure right now, supporting more walls is going to be a bit of a pain, except for that. Now they're destroying the walls on their own. Boink, 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 boink. I thought I was adding physical force to the walls parts. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they're just too heavy. Let's do this again. Physical force push. It's here. And it's flying off. Oh. Hey, thanks for the follow.